So here we are again in the VIP area of the Palais des Arts, and today I've got with me David Blair and Michael Knowles, director and producer of the film Away, here in competition. So good morning, David and Michael.
Good morning.
Welcome to Dinard. Could just give us a brief précis, a summary of the film.
It's a story about two unlikely souls, an older man and a younger woman, who meet in the wonderful city of Blackpool, and it's kind of a love story without sex, and it's about people finding themselves, and it's a beautiful and uplifting story.
It's also metaphorically about a father finding a daughter he never had, and a daughter finding a father she never had. It's also about how easy it is for old people to write off young people and young people to write off old people. And without necessarily knowing it, they find a common ground that's to both their benefits, you know.
We should actually mention that the two stars that you've managed to get for this particular role, particularly the older man.
The older man, yes. Tim, who's no stranger to Dinard, he's been here several times.
Timothy's been here a few times. We're talking about Timothy Spall, sorry.
Yeah, and he's pretty annoyed not to be here this time, but he's in New Zealand, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I'd worked with Tim before, and so he was an easy choice in many ways. Juno I hadn't worked with before, but I'd seen a couple of independent movies that she'd done, and from the moment she was sent the script, she became hugely passionate about it, and indeed we lost the film for a 9-month period, and I thought the likelihood was after that time we'll probably have lost her too, but in fact just a phone call and she was back on, absolutely ready to go for it, you know.
You guys have worked together before. My research says about Best Laid Plans or 2012.
We've done a TV piece called Snodgrass about the Beatles, with John Lennon still being alive.
In 1991, and still alive, having left the Beatles in 1963. I mean, sadly, you need to have 6 on the go in the hope that you get one to do, you know. But that's a different one completely.
Because you're doing Reg as well.
Well, Reg I've finished. Reg was for the BBC. That was with Tim Roth.
Yeah.
And that was about a guy who lost his son in the Iraq War. A true story, and he took on Tony Blair in the general election, and he lost obviously, but he managed to find a voice for himself about why we shouldn't have been in Iraq and why his son shouldn't have been killed. So it was quite a heavy piece, and but again the acting was superb.
We develop film and TV projects through our company, North of Watford Films, which, as the name suggests, is about making films outside of London, and in a way everything that we've done reflects that. If we had a perfect story that was in London, we'd do it, but in a way maybe our sensibility and our hearts means that we're kind of northerners in whatever sense that might be.
Listen guys, thank you very much for your time this morning.